Welcome back. I have a few minutes before I go back to lunch, well, back to work from lunch. So let's just get into this real quick. Obviously, if you listen to my podcast this morning, we're going to tackle this issue in video form. Chris Sims is a fucking idiot. Okay? You're going to ask, why? Why is Chris Sims a fucking idiot? Well, I'm going to explain it to you. You see his freaking top 10 quarterback rankings? How do you put Tannehill in there over Big Ben? How do you put Burrow in there over Big Ben? How do you not put Big Ben or Tom Brady in there alone? Come on. It's absolutely fucking asinine to even do. It's the same thing with the PFF rankings. How is it you rank Kansas City, who's 8-1, over a team that's 9-0? How do you do it? I don't grasp it. Nobody wants to give this team its just due. I don't understand why. And it's an absolute shame. The people in the media absolutely, from Chris Sims to anybody on ESPN who doubted this team, like Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman, to Chris Sims, to his fucking PFF bullshit, right? And you can't just give this team its just due. You can't give Tomlin its just due. I guarantee you, if they were to rank the top 10 coaches right now in the league this year, they'd probably leave Tomlin off too. And, Ike Taylor said in an interview yesterday that this guy's had success for 14 years flying under the radar. Now, I'm not going to deny that we should have one or two more Super Bowls under the belt. But, hey, you know what? Shit happens and things didn't go our way in certain games at certain points of the 14 years. And, and you take it for what it is. But at the end of the day, say Mike Tomlin is not a top 10 coach in the past decade is fucking beyond me. Or even this year, for that matter. And to say Ben is not in the MVP conversation when Ben's having an MVP year, and everybody's going to give it to Alex Smith because he came back from that horrible leg injury, and I wouldn't take it away from him, if the NFL decided to give it to him. But to sit there and say that Ben shouldn't be in the MVP conversation, you don't put Ben in the top 10 ranking, at least in the top 5. If you were to put him below 5, I'd have an issue with that. But if you put him in the top 5, Chris Sims, you jack off. That would have made a little more sense, but you didn't even do that. So, again, it's just, and my other video tackled all the haters, and now this one's going to attack it again. When is this team going to get its just due? I need to know. People out there want to make the smart little comments of how, the Steelers get lucky, they're lucky to be 9-0, it's a cupcake schedule, it's this, it's that. Listen, it's not a fucking cupcake schedule. Okay, again, Pittsburgh don't write the schedule. The NFL writes it. We're just beating the teams we're supposed to be beating. And then every week I got to hear some stupid BS lucky statistic, or that it's rigged. Come on. And seriously, all you haters got to figure out something to say that makes no sense. Come on. Just come on. Just, what's funny is, and I said in my podcast this morning, that I would give Cleveland its just due if they were doing what Pittsburgh was doing. I would hate it, but I would give it its just due. But again, this is just what these haters do. They gotta hate, and keep doing it. Just keep doing it. I get told at work all the time that they couldn't beat Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. Listen, it ain't like Kansas City's out there blowing teams away. It ain't like Seattle's out there blowing teams away. Seattle, in my opinion, is lucky to win that game last night, and they get a safety on a BS penalty in the end zone when that ball shouldn't have been in the end zone to begin with. But, we'll leave that with the officiating for another day, because we could always attack the officiating. But yeah, it's just, when's enough here? Just every week there's a ranking, whether it's ESPN, PFF, Chris Sims' rankings, this one's rankings. Pittsburgh's never on it. Roethlisberger's never on it. And then people say that Juju's not playing like an elite number one wide receiver. What, because he doesn't have DeAndre Hopkins numbers? But guess what, though? He is a number one receiver. So I really don't care what you got to say about that. You don't have to put up DeAndre Hopkins numbers to be a number one receiver. Being a number one receiver means making all the other receivers around you that much better. So if Claypool has a better game than you, instead of being like Antonio Brown and throwing a fit on the sidelines and throwing Gatorade jugs, instead he's pumping them up. So I really don't want to hear it. Connor's had an up-down year. And you can, last week's game, I don't blame it on Connor. I blame it on the offensive line. It's just as plain and simple as that. I don't, again, haters got to give this team its just due. It's about time you wake up and realize that this team is as real as it's going to get. Especially when you have the number one ranked defense, you have the defensive player of the year in TJ Watt. I don't care what you say. You could give me any other name on the planet. You tell me Myles Garrett. I'm sorry, it's not Myles Garrett. It's TJ Watt. Okay? You know, and then I got to hear, I go to the gym last night, and this Ravens fan comes up to me, and he's like, oh, we're going to beat that ass this week, you know, on Thanksgiving. Bro, shut the fuck up. You ain't beating shit. First off, I'm the type of guy, you can come up to me and debate sports with me all day long, but don't be a just don't be a smart ass right off the bat, because you're going to get the smart ass response right back. I don't care how big and bad you think you may be. You know, I get people who come up to me at work and debate sports with me all day long in a calm manner. That's the way it should be debated. Don't come up to me and be like, oh, we're going to beat that ass. And then, not only that, you keep hounding me throughout the whole gym. Oh, Steelers suck. Steelers this. Yeah, okay, your quarterback's a glorified running back who can't throw a ball. I mean, shit. My freaking soon-to-be 3-year-old nephew could throw a football better than you. Okay, Christ's sakes, come on. You know, but again, Chris Sims, you couldn't hack it as a quarterback, and your rankings are just as worse as your quarterback stats. They just really are. For all those who said that this Steeler team wouldn't be doing what it's doing and Ben was washed up, that's why you hate it most of all, because we are doing what they say we wouldn't do, and that's win. And Ben's proven to you that he is a comeback player of the year, and that he is an MVP. You know, and slowly but surely, he's taking over the number one ranking in all-time Steelers quarterbacks. He's going to pass Terry Bradshaw. It's just a matter of time. And I read another report that said that at the end of the year, Roethlisberger may get cut by the Steelers. What, are you fucking stupid? What, do you guys just like to write articles just to write articles? Like, oh, hey, you know, oh, there's nothing going on. Let me make up a BS article to let people start talking. Listen, the Steelers are not cutting Roethlisberger now or anytime soon. The guy's been there for 17 years. If they were going to do it, they would have did it 15 years ago. Okay? So, unfortunately, though, I got to cut this video short. I'll try to do one tonight, though. I went over the picks on my podcast, which is on Anchor and Spotify. So check it out and subscribe there. Check out all the other videos I've posted so far. More to come. I'll try to go over the picks in tonight's video if I do one. If not, I'll do one tomorrow night. After work. Till then, stay safe, even to the haters, and as always, peace.